it's Mersey Girls,
and welcome to a special episode of
BeHeard with Mersey Girls.
That got me feeling very nostalgic.
I know, we have not done one of these in so long. I'm happy it's back.
I know, it's so weird. Anyway, so we're doing this. We've got Becky on Zoom here.
Say hi. Well, I mean, yeah.
We're going to be doing as good as we can of an episode. So, as I'm sure you're all aware, we are all currently self-isolating because of the current pandemic caused by the coronavirus. So we thought it would be the perfect time to do a BeHeard episode because we know a lot of people might be struggling at this moment, and that's completely normal.
So we asked on our Instagram for you guys to send us some things that you're concerned about so we can talk about them and just let people know that they're not alone. So Julia, what is coronavirus?
So the World Health Organization describes COVID as an infectious disease, and it's caused by a new virus. So it can cause respiratory illnesses and symptoms like coughing and fever, and there's loads of symptoms getting found out every single day as well. So the first case was found in China, but as you'll probably know, it's spread around the whole of the world now. So obviously people are getting really worried about their health and their family's health, which we understand.
Yeah, young people especially might see a change in their mental health because they're not seeing their friends, they're not seeing their family, and it can be a really anxious time because people can be really worried about their family getting it and stuff like that. So.
Yeah, I think it's like young people are so used to being so busy, you know, they have their routine, so now having nothing to do, it's kind of crazy, isn't it?
So we asked you guys for a few stories and we've picked out a few, and I'm going to read the first story. So this is from a girl, and she said, I love my grandma and she has breathing problems and me and my mum have asthma. What should we do as we can't get anyone to help us? By the way, I love you. We love you too for a start, and we're just really sorry that you're going through all of this, but first of all, with asthma, that means you're in the high-risk category, which does mean you shouldn't go out if it's possible.
That's like you, isn't it?
Yeah, well, I've got asthma, but it's not really bad, but I still wouldn't want to go out because it is high risk. So just make sure that if you can avoid it, you're not going out anywhere and you're staying in and washing your hands all the time. If you do have to go out, wear a tight-fitted mask and gloves, but also make sure you're not seeing anyone. So with your grandma, it's really sad that she's got breathing problems, and it also puts her at high risk. So make sure that you guys aren't seeing each other as hard as that is, because you can just make it worse for each other and make it more dangerous. So we'd say, as hard as it is, try not to see anyone.
Also though, I read the other day that heat can like stop the virus, and we've been having pretty good weather, so get out in the sun. And also, like, when you wash your clothes when you get in from places, if you hang them in the sun, that's also, I read, is a good little thing.
Make sure you're following all the rules and hopefully you'll be fine.
So someone wrote in and said they're sad that they can't see their best friends, which I think we all relate with because we're so used to seeing each other in a group, being with each other at least like 3 times a week, and now I haven't seen you guys for like, how long's it been? Like 3 months.
Something like that, yeah.
It's crazy. It's so weird.
So we understand that not being able to see your friends can really have like a detrimental effect on you. So we'd say what we do is we always have a Zoom quiz every Saturday. So I'd say if you and your group of friends are organised enough to sort that out, then maybe try and just have a call, even if it's just once a week, because it will really lift up everyone's mood.
Yeah, it does for us, doesn't it?
I look forward to it. Like, I go, yes, Saturday night quiz with my best friend. Go.
We're friends. So I've got a story from someone who says they have cystic fibrosis, which is a lung and digestive system condition, and she's only 15, so being told that she's in the high risk category was obviously quite like scary for her. So she went into school, like before lockdown was on, she was in school, and her tutor came and told her that she needs to leave school because obviously she's in the high risk, which was all a bit like scary for her, which obviously we understand, like that must have been scary. And she said like she's always been going to appointments for her cystic fibrosis, and her school have never really understood him because they're really harsh on attendance, so she was just confused at why they were like kind of, she described it as funny how they suddenly like cared about her cystic fibrosis. And I think it's just because like no one really has any clue about this virus because it's so new. So we literally have to be so strict because it's so infectious. So it's good that they sent you home because it's for your safety. And we really hope you're okay. She also said she had her 15th birthday in lockdown, and I actually think that's pretty cool because when you're older you'll be like, I was one of the people who had a birthday in lockdown, and I'll never be one of those people.
Yeah, you'll always remember your 15th, that's for sure.
And you'll get a great birthday, 16th next year, but we hope you're okay.
So my second story is from someone, and she said, when my dad passed away from a disease, it gave me extreme anxiety about my friends and family getting ill and passing away. It's been completely extenuated by the coronavirus. It's really tricky to justify my fears as it's such a big problem and people are dying. You guys are amazing. Love you all. We love you too, and thank you so much. First of all, I'm so sorry for what you went through with your dad. Like, that sounds awful. And we're all worried, aren't we, about families? Yeah. Like, Becky, don't you have someone working?
Yeah, so my auntie works as a GP, so she's been working on like the front line, and we've just been worried about that because obviously they didn't really get PPE kind of towards the start. So we were worried about everything about that. Like, she's had to write her will, even though she's still quite young. So I think everyone's just worrying about like their family and what might happen.
My auntie and like cousin, they work in a refuge, so they're like still going to work, and it can be hard as well because they literally can't afford to go out and like risk it. But all we can say is that it's completely normal that you feel the way you do. Like, if we're feeling like this and we've not gone through that trauma before, like, you must be having it like a whole other level. So like, you're being so strong, and just carry on, and also make sure you're following all the rules so that you don't have a chance of getting it or anyone in your family getting it, and just make sure that you're washing your hands and blah 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 blah.
Wash your hands.
All that stuff, because then you are so unlikely to get it, and that might calm you down. And also just try and relax and have some fun if you can at all. But we hope you're okay.
Yes, we really do.
Yeah, I got another story that's quite similar to that. So this person is worried that something's going to happen to their grandma because their great auntie died a couple of weeks ago. And so it's hard without being able to see the family, like cousins and things like that, especially if her grandma became ill. So she doesn't really know what she'd do if that happened.
Yeah, I guess so, like, hard. It's so hard. Like, the best thing that, like, if you're in that situation, the best thing you can do is, like, not see them. It's just so much safer. And I think we have to remember, like, this will end. So, like, if we literally stay in and follow the rules, it'll be so much more worth it. Because it will end. We don't know when, but it will. But we just, like, it must be awful. Like, we just want to send positive vibes, really, to you. And I wish we could give you all a hug.
Yep.
So there was a few people asking, like, a few different questions as well. And someone asked, how long does the virus last inside and outside the body? So scientists don't actually know for sure yet because it's such a new virus. They're, like, finding out new stuff about it every single day. But it's believed that inside the body it lasts 10 to 14 days, which is quite a long time. And outside the body it depends, like, on the surfaces. So in the air it lasts 3 hours. But on surfaces like plastic it can last up to 72 hours. And I think I've read that metal, it can last quite a long time as well. So, like, if you're going out and you've been, touching surfaces, like, or in your shops you touch surfaces, we went out, didn't we, and there's a gate we have to open, like, always make sure that you come and wash your hands straight away, because it's everywhere. And someone else asked how many people get infected.
So 4% have severe illness and 20 to 30% are hospitalised. 1% of children under 10 get infected and 4% of 10 to 19-year-olds get infected. And as you're probably aware, there's currently no cure for it. And hospitals treat the symptoms rather than the actual virus. They provide O2 therapy and fluid management to help people recover, which is good. That they're just doing a great job, so we're so grateful for everything that they're doing.
Yeah, I think, sorry, go on.
You can go.
I think, like, a thing about this virus is at first they thought it was, like, more, like, elderly people, but now, like, this virus doesn't discriminate, like, anyone. Like, literally anyone can catch it, any age. So we all just have to follow the rules, which is
Yeah.
hard, I get.
But we got one more question saying, how can I avoid getting infected?
Well, the virus enters the body through the eyes, nose and mouth, so avoid touching your face if possible, which sounds really easy but is actually really, really difficult. Other than that, you should wash your hands with warm water and soap or use an antibacterial gel, and also you should social distance whenever possible to stop catching the virus off of another person.
You know, I got told, I can't remember how many times a day it was, people touch their faces. I think it was like at least 70 times a day.
I believe that. I touch my face all the time. Like, I'll sometimes even just be sat there like that.
Yeah, I bite my nails as well, so it's been a real struggle. So if there's any of you nail biters out there, feel your pain, but at least we can stop. It's hard, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like you don't really think that it's going to be difficult until you think about it, and then you think about it and you just start touching your face all the time.
Yeah, now my face is really itchy.
Yeah, me too. So there's been a massive rise in calls to childline of children and young people being really anxious and isolated, especially because they don't have support from school right now because we can't go to school. So to help yourself, they've said try and like challenge your irrational thoughts. So if you're thinking like, oh, I'm gonna catch the virus, try to like think, if I follow all the rules, I'm not 100% gonna get it. And these rules are literally there to keep you safe. So if you're following them, then hopefully that can make you feel kind of more secure because they are there to protect you. And just wash your hands, guys. Like, people I think people barely ever used to wash their hands, you know.
I know what
Now
you
like
mean.
everyone's washing their hands because soaps have gone off the shelves. But also like we're gonna like be talking about some things later, like how we help our anxieties as well, like during this time. So stick around because we know it is really hard. But it's really good that people are reaching out to Childline at the same time because they are there for you. So yeah.
Another thing, you should also try and shift your focus away from the virus. You could like think of some things you could do to take your mind off it. So exercising, meditating, maybe find a new hobby or watch your favourite series or start a new series, and make sure, well, you don't have to make sure, but we think that you should take this time to maybe relax and chill and like let your brain relax, because we are never going to get this amount of time of relaxing in our lives ever again.
Yeah, like I said to you the other day, like, I was thinking about life, right? Do it quite a lot. But I was thinking, wait, from age 4, you go to school, and then you go to high school. Is that called high school? Yeah. And then you go to college.
Or uni.
And then you go to uni.
Yeah.
Like, that's, like, most people do that. And then, after uni, you get a job. So, literally, your whole life is full of, like, work. So
take this time to
you literally
enjoy
never get
relaxing.
time, like this much time to do nothing. So like it's great. Like we need to.
I think as
chill.
well, it's important to know what's going on in the world and know about the virus, definitely. But maybe try and think of the other things, like think of your hobbies, think of like happy thoughts, and try and like move it away from what's going on too, and just take your brain away.
Yeah.
If you're still really, really worried, don't be afraid to talk to charities like Childline. Like we said, they are here to help you. And also try and call your friends, or maybe talk to people you usually wouldn't. They might be people in your class that you speak to in school, but not really outside of school. And I'm sure they'd be really grateful just to get a message asking how they're doing.
Yeah, I've had like a lot of people actually reaching out to me, like old friends. You've been reaching out to people as well, haven't you?
Yeah.
And it's literally so nice because people have so much time to talk to people. There's
I
no
think
excuses not
as
to.
well, like this virus is making people realise life is too short. Like if
Yes.
you, not that you might have like not had an argument, but you've just lost touch with someone. Like now's the
For
time.
no reason at all.
Now you should realise like you don't know what's going to happen in your life, so take this time to maybe, like Becky said, reach out to new people. Or...
Yeah, and a lot of this, we've done this episode because people are feeling down, so it literally could make someone's day just by you asking them how they are.
Yeah.
So go for it.
So we're going to now talk about things that we've done to take our mind off of this crazy world. So something I've been doing, I've been rewatching Friends from the beginning because I'm obsessed, and I've just been watching loads of Netflix and chilling because, like we said, we're taking the time.
Sorry, Netflix and chilling.
Now is the time to chill. But also, I've been practicing loads of singing. We've been doing dance classes, TikToks, and yeah, so I've just been trying to keep up my skills, but also kind of just relaxing. FaceTime and friends, like Nathan, that's so important. You gotta
It's so important.
keep communication going.
I've got myself a routine going, because if I don't have a routine, you don't have to, but like for me, if you're struggling, you're feeling really sluggish and struggling to get motivated, a routine's really good. So I don't set an alarm. I wake up, but like early-ish, and I've started meditating, which I really struggled with at first, but it's such an amazing, incredible thing, and it's actually proven that meditation helps your mental health. So I meditate, and then I read, and I've got like little workout things going on, so like I'm taking time to be productive, and then also take time to just watch YouTube, do nothing, sometimes paint, just focus on things that I enjoy doing. Like,
I look forward to having a lion as well, so I make sure that I have a lion.
Yeah, I have lions on weekends, but also, like, I'm quite enjoying lockdown because I'm just kind of doing things that I love and that I enjoy, like working on, you know, a little craft.
We
on my
just miss
craft.
interaction, don't we, with people?
Yeah, but like you don't feel guilty if you are enjoying it.
Yeah.
Because I'm enjoying this time to like work on myself, and you know, so don't feel guilty if you are enjoying it. But yeah, that's a few things we're doing.
How about you, Bet? What have you been doing?
I'm kind of the same as Julia, because obviously me and you, Ali, we've been on gap years. And so when I was in my gap year, I was like, okay, I need to have at least like a little routine, something I can follow vaguely, just because otherwise I will just be completely lost. But also recently, because I'm going to uni in September, I've been doing a lot of like preparation for that. So I've been like looking at stuff that I need to buy and like watching loads of videos on YouTube about like freshers advice and all stuff like this. So it's been, I feel like we can use this time to do things that we wouldn't usually get the time to do, like you said with your painting and that. Usually we're so busy that we don't even have time to like sit down and enjoy something. So just using this time to do all the things that you've wanted to do but couldn't because you had no time.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. You're never gonna get this time again in your whole life.
So that is it for this special episode of BeHeard. Thank you so much for watching and sending in your concerns. We really hope that this has helped in some way and that you're all doing okay.
We really wanted to say a massive thank you to all the key workers for like everything they're doing. Like, we are so grateful, and we think about it quite a lot, don't we? And especially the NHS. We're very appreciative.
Thank you guys so much for watching and for sending in your concerns. We hope that you're all staying safe, and if you need them, there are links in the description to organisations like Childline that can help you out.
Bye guys! Woo!
Bye guys!
1, 2, testing, 1, 2.
1, 2, testing.
Well, the virus enters the body through the eyes, nose and
Sorry, start again. I just touched my nose. Sorry.
I don't think it'll be that hard to edit either.
Okay.
Cut!